Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. I am sitting here loading up some 34 Magnums, and these have a specific purpose in mind. And if you look at the contour of that bullet, that big old flat nose bullet, these bullets were actually donated by Scuba Guy 007. So appreciate that guy. He gave me so much stuff. I don't know why he did that. He drove all the way up there, gave me a gong, gave me bullets, gave me cases, gave me all kinds of cool stuff. And I virtually gave him a picture back. That was about all he got. But he's a great dude. He's been a long-time supporter of the channel. Really appreciate. Gary, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Putting your stuff to good use. And these are specifically being loaded for rifles. Well, you may say, well, Gun Dungeon, you don't even have a 44 Magnum rifle with a tube-fed magazine. Well, at the time that I'm recording this video, you are very correct. But by the time that this video airs, you will be wrong. Because I have narrowed it down to the Smith & Wesson new, what do they call this? Smooth, some goofy name they gave it, Smooth or some bullshit, whatever. Anyways, the 44 Magnum Smith & Wesson, or the SBL Marlin 44 Magnum made by Ruger, the new ones. That's what I've narrowed it down to. And since I've just recently been proposed with two companies battling for my services, and the offers just keep going up and up and up and up and up, I've decided that once I make a decision, my congratulatory present, I guess, to myself is going to be one of those two rifles. And it's because I really love 44 Magnum. And don't get me wrong here now. I love a lot of rifle calibers. I love a lot of... I mean, really, what round do I not love? What round have you ever seen me come on here and say, I cannot stand that round? 8.6 Blackout. Whoa, did I say that? I really can't see a real service in 8.6 Blackout. I don't understand it. I'm sure somebody that's deep into it and somebody that's heavily into 8.6 Blackout can give me all kinds of cool reasons to like it. But to me, you're taking just a bigger bullet and you're making it subsonic, and you're making it... What does 8.6 Blackout give me that 450 Bushmaster subsonic don't give me? That 458 SOCOM subsonic don't give me? That 300 Blackout subsonic don't give me? All of those which can be put in a smaller platform. You're talking about an AR-10 subsonic round that is just a heavier bullet going slower. What does it give me that 50 Beowulf subsonic loads don't give me? I don't get it. Either way, that's the only round you're ever going to hear me have something negative to say. But even then, I'm sure it has its purposes, and I'm sure that if I started loading it and I started messing with it, I would find something that I liked. And that's with anything. But boys, with 44 Magnum, how do you not enjoy a handgun cartridge this big that does so much from a handgun that can also be a rifle round? Come on now. You gonna sit here and load rifle rounds like this? Just sitting here, just smashing them out. Just boom, boom, boom. Straight wall cartridge, no need for case lube, none of that stuff. Bullets fairly cheap, not super cheap, but fairly cheap. But considering what you're getting, that's a lot of horsepower right there that I can load fairly quickly. So, my question is, if you are like me and you live in Appalachia, how is 44 Magnum not like the main cartridge that you should own? Because from where I stand, I don't get a lot of long shots anyways. So from a rifle perspective, I'm looking, I mean, most of the deer I kill within 100 yards easily. Easily. Now, if you're in the Midwest or you're out in the desert somewhere in Nevada or something like that, sure, I don't expect you to agree with what I'm saying at all, because it's different perspectives. But I feel like, most of the United States is covered with mountains. You got the Appalachian Mountains, you got the Rocky Mountains, and all the foothills involved with it. Most of the country has some sort of hilly terrain where you're not going to be getting 500-600 yard shots at game. But, even then, when you take flat terrain, you still have wooded areas. So in wooded areas, you're not going to shoot 600 yards through the frickin' woods. I don't care if it's flat or not. You're not going to shoot 600 yards through a treed area. So you're still limited on your range unless you're in a desert or you're in an open range area. How is 44 Magnum not more popular as a handgun and rifle cartridge? I don't get it. So I know you're going to be like, well, you're such a hypocrite, Gun Dungeon. Here you are sitting here buying your first 44 Magnum rifle, and you're telling us how stupid everybody is for not having a 44 Magnum rifle. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, from a utilitarian standpoint, I've always had rifle cartridges. I've always had handgun cartridges. But, we don't ever start out thinking by knowing all things. We start out because, well, my papa shot deer with 30-06, I'm going to get a 30-06. My papa carried a 357 Magnum, I'm going to carry a 357 Magnum. It is what it is. But when you really, really think about it from an in-depth standpoint, we really could do virtually anything within 150 to 200 yards with a 44 Magnum. How do you argue that? But now, that's not saying that you couldn't do the same thing with other cartridges as well. There's just not many cartridges that go in a handgun that also go in a rifle, that the rifle can really push this side of things, and the handgun allows you to carry for defense or woods defense or self-defense or whatever. 357 Magnum guys come in and be like, oh yeah, we can do the same thing, 357 Magnum. Yeah, to a degree. I agree with that. 100% agree. And you can do it cheaper. But would you feel more comfortable if your target buck walked out, big old horny head, big old guy, got more antlers than I got fingers, walking out, and you got a 357 Magnum or a 44 Magnum at your disposal, and he's within, let's just say, 75 yards. Which one you picking up? I'm gonna bet money that it starts with a 4. That's just my opinion. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Is 44 an underrated do-it-all caliber? Is it an underrated do-it-all cartridge? Because I've always been a 44 Magnum fan, especially with handguns, because of course I've had one rifle in 44 Magnum and foolishly sold it a long time ago, but it wasn't even a lever action, it was a break action. But I loved it even then, and foolishly sold it because it shot well, and the guy offered me a better trade than the value was in my favor. Let's just say that. But, I never had a need for it as a rifle caliber. I don't have a need for it now as a rifle caliber. I just enjoy it. And I'm really looking forward to being able to do some ballistics testing for you guys from a rifle caliber, because y'all been wearing me out on that with 357 Magnum and 44 Magnum rifle ballistics on some of the stuff I've been doing. Oh, from a rifle, I'd like to see it. Yeah, me too, damn it. I don't have one. But anyways, that's where we're going with this. I'm going to get a 44 Magnum rifle. That's the next gun purchase coming up. Probably already own it. Probably already have shorts coming out with it by the time you see this video, because it's already set in my mind. That's what I'm buying. But anyways, how is 44 Magnum, or do you even think that it is, underrated as a do-it-all handgun and rifle combination caliber? That's my question to you guys. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.